Hello my lovelies, Rob here again from Kickback Garage. Now this is number 4 in the series of Vespa Mania. So go grab yourself a cup of coffee and I'll send the old scooter over. Wow! Well, the time has come for me to strip down this 50S. Now what I think I'll do is do the old time lapse. Before I do that, because this is going to be a boring one if I'm just going to stand here stripping the scooter, to be honest. What I think I'm going to do is just go through how I want to strip this. The plan of attack is off with the rear carrier, off with the rear light, out with the tank, out with the toolbox, out with the engine. I'm going to use that little lifting table of mine there, little jack. Pull the engine out. It looks a bit crusty. We'll have a look at that afterwards. And then I'll loosen the headset, take off the wires and stuff, and drop the forks out. And hopefully, in the end of the day, we'll end up with a scooter completely in bits, and we can have a little bit of an inspection of how things look. So let's do that right now. Right, people. Well, a couple of things I've struggled with there. The bolt that you fix the seat in at the top there, it's like a pointy one. That was solid, so I had a bit of a nightmare trying to get in there. Bit of WD-40, and it started moving. On inspection, this is solid. It's just very dirty. Which is a surprise, to tell you the truth. I'm really happy about that. So the frame is in good, got some good structural integrity. Integrity, is that a word? Anyway, so what I'm planning on doing here, I've got a split here. I think I'll just straighten that up and weld it. I've got a split here, tiny one. I'm going to straighten that up and weld that one as well. What I think I'll do here, I'll obviously give it a proper wash and a clean out. I'm just going to use some proper rust eater on the inside here. I mean, you're not going to see it, but I just want to keep it from rusting anymore. These two bolts for the number plate, they're seized as well. As you can see, I've got some WD-40 on those, so hopefully be able to get those out. If not, I can just cut them off. It's not really a problem. I don't need those. Yeah, so that's the good news. Another thing I struggled with was when I was taking out the engine, the bolt that fits to the bottom of the rear shock here, it was fitting. Hang on, let me go and get it. So this is probably how it was done at the factory. It really doesn't seem that this has been taken apart ever. All the screws, all the other screws and stuff came off really easily. But anyway, this is the bolt for the rear shock here, which sits on the engine. Now the problem with this is it was this way. That could be how they do it in the factory, but it's a bit of a pain for us in the garage, because when I pushed that through, it just got stuck on the wheel, and I had all sorts of trouble trying to get that out, and yeah, so that was a bit of a pain. But I wiggled it out in the end. But I think when I rebuild it, I'll probably fit the bolt that way. Obviously, got to tidy this up, or maybe even just buy some new ones. I think from my friends at Scooter Centre. And while I'm talking about my friends at Scooter Centre, they sent me a couple of these. See that? These have been a godsend. Seriously, like when I'm struggling with that bolt there, I have it's got a magnet on the bottom, and it's a little LED light that chargeable by a USB port, and they're magnetized. So when I was trying to get in here, my hands are a little bit too big. I think these were probably put together by children at the Piaggio factory in '74. But anyway, trying to have a look up in the bottom there, at the top, trying to get out all these bolts and stuff. That was really, really handy. It gives you hands-free lighting in those dark spaces. The cool thing about this, really, I got this for free. Work light. It's Moto Nostra. Can you see that? From Scooter Centre. I asked for a couple of these, and they sent them me for free, to tell you the truth. But when I've been on the website, Scooter Centre's website, they're not all that expensive, actually. I think they cost something like €7 or something. And they're really, really handy. The cool thing about these is if you've got one of these in your toolbox, is that you can... There's like 3 different lights on it. And I've got this one here, pointy. And so if you're running a 12-volt AC system, you will know that when you break down, you've got absolutely no lights. So if you're trying to fix stuff like hose pipes on cobs, like I did with Shrek last year in the dark, you'll know this would be a really handy thing. And the cool thing is, if you carry 2 of them, or you've got mates that carry one, if you carry 1 each, is that they also double as a rear light. You see that? Let's have a look if I can get this to work. I think my batteries have just gone. I've been using this all evening. Yeah, they've gone. But it's the cool thing is it's got a red light and it's got a red flashing light. So what you can do is stick it to the back of the scooter there, if you're stuck by the side of the road, and you've got a rear light just to warn oncoming traffic. So that's really cool. So that's one to watch. Next time you buy something from Scooter Centre, grab one of these as well. They're cheap as chips and super duper handy. Right, let's have a look at the rest of the scooter. This is the bad news bit, and I actually knew about this. So it's not easy trying to move my camera and my light at the same time. I'm not very ambidextrous. Today I am making new words, which is good. Right, this rear frame strut, this is absolutely rotted through. So that needs to go. Not quite sure what I'm going to do about it. I mean, what I've done, I have bought new struts. I've got a full set. I've got this front one. But this is really solid. It's actually just caked in crap. So the original paint is still under there. It's actually not rust. This one's rusted. So what I think I'm going to do is grind it off and weld on a new one. Now, I haven't got a spot welder, which is the way that these were done originally. I've only got a MIG. So what I've seen people do is they drill on the edge quite a few holes, and then they just pool weld it so you can fix this on the top. Obviously, I'm going to have to grind this down, grind off this bit, this one here. I've got a little bit of a split there. I can weld up, and one here as well, and one there, which I need some attention. I don't want it to be absolutely perfect, but I do want it to be structurally sound. So I'm going to be using a bit of time on that, probably the next video, where I'll grind this off and weld on a new one. But if you've got any tricks and tips, you Vespa people, give me a shout. I'd really like to know how you fit these. Like I said, the pictures that I've seen, they've like sort of drilled a half hole at the end here, and they've just pull welded it with a MIG. Because obviously I want to keep as much as the original paint on the top there as possible, but because this is absolutely shattered, makes this all flexy, that definitely needs to be sorted out. But otherwise, it's pretty solid. Another place that normally goes on Vespa, it's like I had a Vespa Sprint. This is the first small frame I've ever actually taken apart. So the thing that I used the longest time on is actually trying to find the correct size spanners. I'm used to Lambertas, so I just look at the bolt and it's like, all right, that's an 11, that's a 10. But on this one, yeah, I was struggling a little bit there. One place where they normally rust quite a lot, I had a Sprint, and the spray off the front wheel really gets to this area here. So on my Sprint, I had to remove the leg shield itself, and weld on a new footboard there. But this, it's solid. It's actually, it's got a rust colour, but it's not actually rust. It's just a little bit of rust. But I'm sure we can sort that out. This leading edge here at the top here, if I lift up the camera a little bit, Rob, then they can maybe look. There's got some small little splits there. Now I'm going to make a tool to make this edge look pretty again. And that's probably something I'm going to do on the next one as well. And I had a massive dent here. What I did before I took the wheel off, I should have really filmed this because it worked out really well. You can see it actually looks quite good now. This was a massive bend where it's hit something, a curb or something like that. And what I actually did there, just take a massive rubber mallet and I hit it on the back side there. The reason why I do that is I tend to find that if you use like these small metal hammers that are made for metal plate and stuff like that, is that you just end up with a lot of different dents. But I actually managed to pop it back out there, which I'm really pleased about. So that's that. Another good news thing is I don't reckon it's been used that much, this scooter, because the bearing races are absolutely superb. Even the top one. The top one was dry. There was a little bit of surface rust on that one. But the bearing race, there's no pitting or anything. So that saves me quite a bit of a job as well there. So it was good to get it apart. Now let's have a look at the engine. Right. So this is the motor. Oh God, I'm really not looking forward to this. This I'll probably do off camera. It's really dirty. You can see all this mud and grime and crap that's on the front of you. Look at that, it's just disgusting. I just have to get rid of that now because my OCDs. But you can see that needs a proper clean. There's a lot of crap on the inside here. It's been leaking oil. It's full of mud. So what I think I'm gonna do is, the problem for me at the moment is that we've got loads of snow outside. So if I get out there with a jet washer or something to get rid of all this crap, then I'll end up with a skating rink outside my garage door. And that's something I really want to avoid. So not 100% sure I'm going to get it clean, but I'll take the wheel off and the exhaust. I might have to take it down to a wash hole or something like that where you wash your cars, just to get rid of the worst crap off it. And these silent block bushes, they're absolutely shagged as well. That's something I've never done on a Vespa before, so I think I'll buy new ones and give it a go. So I'd love some tips on that as well. Before I get to that stage will be really nice. Obviously, searching on the old internet, but they're really perished, and they're off-centre as well. So that's something I'm going to have to sort out. Probably a pain in the bum. I'm seriously considering doing the old vapor blasting, or what's it called, hydroblasting, you know, when they use the water. Yeah, I don't know what it's called in, what's it, aquablasting, that's what they call it in the UK. Seriously considering doing something like that, just to get it nice and shiny. Shiny isn't the object of the game on this scooter, but it does, I think it'll help the value of the scooter if at least the engine and everything is how it should be, as it was when it came from the factory. I thought, because this has got like a Pellini banana exhaust on it, I was thinking that maybe they had put a 75 kit on it. But it looks like this hasn't been touched for years. And the original carb, if I can turn this around, is, I think this is the original one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a SHB 1616, and I reckon that's what it came with from the factory there. And that air filter box definitely an original item, so that definitely is a good clean up. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Shall I show you my ugly mug? Yeah, I'll do that. Right, so as I said, this is like sort of the preliminary, is that a word as well? episodes of Vespa Mania, they're gonna be concentrating on this little thing, because I need to get this sorted and sold before spring, so that we can build some fast engines for the 2 PK XLs that we're going to bring out onto the speedway track. Next video, I reckon, probably a bit of welding, and yeah, and like I said, if you've got any tips there, give me a shout, please. I'm definitely new to this sort of thing, so I need to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Big shout out to these lads here, Scooter Centre. They're sponsoring this this video series by giving me nice prices on Go Fast parts, which is really cool. And I'd like to say thanks for watching, people, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra!